Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime, but kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
There are a number of great quarterbacks in the NFL, but I have to believe that the prototype in terms of look has to be Cam Newton. That stature and frame, almost breathtaking when you see him in person. And now he's starting to put it all together with consistency in his game, throwing, running, leading.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Well, look now at our starting defense. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you talk about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
We got 3. We got 3.
They go quickly here out to Moore. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Now Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19. From the red zone now, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
It's week 17, Brandon, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He's not going to win the MVP award, but that doesn't mean to me that he shouldn't get strong consideration. I think he's been terrific this year.
He has, and I think the highest praise came from the coaching staff, telling us that he's been more vital to our team than any other quarterback in the league. If your coaches are saying that, you feel pretty good.
Yeah, I actually heard from an opposing coach earlier this week where he said, look, he's not going to win it, but he should. He's been the best player we played against this season.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. Jameis to throw it. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here are your defensive starters for the Panthers. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And this certainly confirms all the chatter, how big of a final weekend this is. For the moment, the 6th seed is theirs, but it'll take a victory to officially lock that down.
I hear the excitement in your voice about this.
Well, we're nervousness both ways.
Either way,
Both
but
ways.
you know, I've never met a player who didn't go into a game with a little bit of nervousness and didn't play well. Because, look, if you go in without that edge, and to this game has an edge to it, doesn't it? Then you're really not going to perform that well.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a run with McCaffrey. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. On the carry, this is Pierce. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Right there, 54, right there.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And that is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Newton. And that will be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Back near his own goal line, Winston. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the 1st drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been in an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it here with Pierce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Let him know.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Throw left side complete. It's Warren. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. That's going to set him back 5 yards. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
Cut. Watch the edge.
A run here with Pierce. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Newton to throw, and that'll be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run. This is Pierce. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The kick by Sanders is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the 1st. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum? One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. You see the numbers last week for Davis. In the end, not enough to help get him the victory.
And as we look forward to this week, don't you just get the sense that he's going to get the ball a little bit more? I mean, that's just how it reads to me. I don't know how you're feeling about it.
Well, they talked about that with us this week. That's going to be a priority for them.
Give him the ball, let him do his thing.
6-0 our score after 1. from just shy of midfield. Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. This is Hunt on the draw play. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Mike 5-9. Go, go, go. Mike, check.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Let's do this.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to...
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he'll bang that one through. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
We play to win. Let's go.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren.
Baby, get him, boy. Get him, boy.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. On the run, this is Hunt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. A toss play to Hunt. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Let's go, fellas.
Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Too little,
On the delay, here's Hunt. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I know you feel that.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 25-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Winston. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And there's the total for the season. Of course, every runner wants to hit that 1,000-yard mark. He's going to need to turn up production a little bit if he wants to do just that.
And I think he'll get a lot of help because teammates want players to get to milestones. And 1,000 yards for any running back in the NFL, that's a milestone. And it reflects positively on the team, too, as well, when a person reaches that threshold. So he's not just out there running by himself. He'll get plenty of escorts, and I think guys will do a little extra blocking for him in this one.
And I'm guessing he knows what he needs to get to reach 1,000.
Any runner that tells you that he doesn't
is lying.
Yes.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st down, Hunt. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Pierce. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. On play action, Winston. His throw incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. From the red zone now, Winston. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Winston. And he comes back with one complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Jameis again. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Buccaneers 20,
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. It is the final weekend of the regular season, final day of the calendar year as well. A lot of action to update you on, so let's get right to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Jameis Winston, who's been on target in the first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll run on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Pierce, and he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Here's Newton. And that is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. On second down, Winston again. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play fake, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. On first down, Hunt. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be second down. From just shy of midfield, Winston. And he completes it to Hunt. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Winston now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On second down now, it's Hunt down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
A first down throw for Winston. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Off the play fake, Winston. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Winston. Going for it all. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. In for the score as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll run on first down. It's Pierce. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go again with Pierce. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be third down. On third down, Warren.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Well, when you got a guy who's a dual threat out of the backfield, go ahead and use him. And that's exactly what they've done on back-to-back plays here. Picked up big chunks of yardage, once in the air and once on the ground.
Now Newton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. They run again with Hunt. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he finds Howard complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On the counter, Hunt. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his third touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
I think the key to that play was them understanding and knowing that once the ball was out, they were still eligible to pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, there was some standing and some staring on the wrong side of the football there, wasn't there?
Yes, he has a name, he has a number, but for us, he's Johnny on the spot. And how about that rambling run all the way to the end zone with that alert play that he just made?
Point after, right down the middle. And we're back now in Charlotte, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Newton now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. On first down, Hunt. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Winston. That's caught by Howard. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. Here it's 3rd and 2. On third down, here's Hunt. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Jameis to throw it. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if... And oh, he coughed it up! And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
3rd and long for Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. All
right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Back to throw, Newton. And that will be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Keep playing hard.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Person.
Let's get it.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Person. And an alley to run. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
And a give this time to the tailback. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So that one will be accepted. Play action now, Winston. And his throw here's incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 3rd and 2, Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal, Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.